Sapant, in the broader sense of the word, is LOC as border something which Musharraf, Manmohan Singh and other people tried to work, is dead?
I think so. I think that argument that, look, ultimately this is the only rationale available for India to engage with Pakistan on because of the circumstances. I think that argument is gone now, because certainly the broader picture that has emerged from India's policy options, both what India has done after the abrogation of Article 370, and also with militarily increasingly telling the world that, look, the only thing to be discussed with Pakistan is Pakistan occupied Jammu and Kashmir. So I think the larger reality that Pakistan today faces is that the older paradigm, which many in India and many in Pakistan worked hard to build, is dead, and it's dead because of Pakistan's own actions. And I think that is something that Pakistan needs to come to terms with, that today it is in a vulnerable situation. Today it is in a situation of extreme weakness, and today it can't even go to that extent which at one point Pakistani leaders were pushing India to do. And many in India were willing to take that option seriously. But today the realities have changed, and I think India's ability to shape Pakistani's realities have changed significantly. And I think that's what matters on the ground, and on the ground realities that look very different today.
Sapant, Pakistan's nuclear program has a tainted past. AQ Khan was involved in smuggling, providing technology to rogue regimes like North Korea, Libya. Even then, Pakistan got away, which is also very strange that the global superpowers talk about policing these technologies, but they conveniently allow Pakistan to sell it to whoever they wanted to.
Absolutely, and that is the irony of the whole situation. That now, when the West screams about nuclear conflagration in South Asia, they should realize their own complicity and double standards. And India was pointing it out from the very beginning that, look, the custodians of the global nuclear order, and in particular when you think of US and China, they have been responsible in giving Pakistan this nuclear capability, in shielding Pakistan from international pressure, because Pakistan was a useful conduit nation during the Cold War. America felt that this is something that Pakistan was needed, first in the opening to China, then in the Afghan Mujahideen and their training and their jihad that went on to push the Soviet Union out of Afghanistan. And there Pakistan continued to develop a capability that everyone from the very beginning was worried that it could not be trusted, because of the peculiar civil military engagement there, because of the groups that litter in Pakistan as far as terrorism is concerned. And therefore, to allow such a nation to get hold of nuclear weapons has shown that the international community was never serious about nuclear proliferation. And as we move towards more nations thinking about nuclear weapons today, from North Korea to the Iranians, I think the real culprit here is really the West, the US and China, that allowed, even despite having the NPT framework available, to get Pakistan get away scot-free. And we continue to see that pattern till very recently. It was only when India started making a hue and cry about this problem that this idea of Pakistan as a rogue nation came to the center stage. And I think India has done a very good job in globally marginalizing Pakistan on the issue of terrorism and linking it up with Pakistan's nuclear capability. And the more Pakistan behaves irrationally the way it has done in recent past, the more visible this challenge becomes to the world. And I think there India certainly has a great role to play in mobilizing global opinion.
Professor Pant, how big is the issue of reverse indoctrination of the Pakistani army in context of the safety of the nuclear weapons? If you recall, years ago, the attack in Karachi, where the terrorists ended up blowing up PC-3 Orion aircraft, $1 billion aircraft, showed that the sons and the daughters and the retired Air Force officers were involved in opening up the base. Reverse indoctrination. So in the case of the safety of the nuclear weapon, how big is this issue?
Very, very serious. And I think for a very long time, the world and perhaps also sections of in India lived under this delusion that somehow Ultimately, Pakistan can be many things, that Pakistan is not suicidal. So therefore, the mutual assured destruction framework will work, and mutual deterrence would work in the context of India-Pakistan, but also in the context of inducing the threat of the costs in Pakistan. And I think that problem we have seen that situation does not exist in Pakistan anymore. As you are saying, the reverse indoctrination, the radicalization of the rank and file of Pakistani military and sections of Pakistani society have been quite dramatic over the last few years.